Good afternoon, everybody. Sorry for the slight delay this afternoon. As you can see, I have a few problems today with our little Dobby here. He's insisting on helping with the tile swap, and now he's insisting on doing the tile for today, which, quite frankly, Dobby, is not happening. You need to move your socks out of the way so I can get on with it. So come on. Look what you've written. Look. Go, 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 go. Oh. It's Lesley's tile swap as well. Goodness me. Do you know he's been a right menace all day? Oh my goodness me. So I've been running around. He's been nicking stuff all over the place. I don't know, moving things. Wait till Lesley gets back. Yes, you can shake in your socks. Oh my goodness me. Right, okay, what are we doing today then? It is me doing it, not Dobby, I must admit. And yeah, I've got a bright white tile today. Go away, Dobby. Bright white tile. And I've got my regular pen, pencil, tortillon, and of course I've got my lovely white pencil, although I might not get around to using that to see how we get on with it. And I've got some inks today because I'm going to ink my tile part way through. So I've got a bit of a yellow and a green, and I've got a black ink as well. So we'll come to that in a short while. Oh, do you know, I think he's gone downstairs to annoy John, so hopefully we can make a bit of a start. Are we ready then? Okay. Oh my goodness me. The tiles, I must admit, are fantastic. I'm so impressed with what you've all done. You should be really proud of them, and I think they're great. Stop it, Dobby. Okay, let's see if we can get on them. So I'm going to start with a deep breath, I think. My goodness. And I'm going to put myself, I'm going to do a couple, or two or three of these, so that gives you an idea on size. Okay. And I'm just going to put in a bit of a square there. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to extend that one just a little bit. Turn it round. And then extend it to that one a little bit. And then again, extend. And again. Bear in terms of inks, anything water-based, honestly. I happen to have Distress Oxide and inks today, but it's whichever ones I picked up. So don't worry about whatever you've got, as long as they're sort of, even if they're not water, well, yeah, they've got to be water-based because we're using this pen, so I know. Okay, so we've got that kind of a shape. So I'm then going to sort of extend this one out a little bit. So if I go from here, look, and I'm going to take it to where it sort of matches, and then I'm going to take it beyond a little bit. Okay. And then turn it round, and again, look, I'm going to take it to where it matches, and then beyond. Okay. And then, what am I doing yet? So this one to where I've gone and beyond. There we go. And of course this one to where it is and beyond. Okay. So then let's have a look at this point here. I'm going to take this point along and down to this one. There you go. I'm just going to join it up. I'm going to turn it round and take this point down to this one. See if it just expands a little bit, doesn't matter. Alright, and then along and down. Get a bit of kerfuffle downstairs. I think Dobby's gone down there. It won't last long with John. John doesn't suffer him very well. Telling him to get some work done, I think. Okay, so let's just have a quick look at this. Oh, Charlotte, no, there's only one book signed. Nah, and that was because, you know, the week, was it last week, when we were first making them, we did a little video on how we made them, and Lesley and I signed the one that we'd made So I don't know who's going to get it. We put it in with all the other books. Okay. All right, so I'm going to do the same with this one. So just along the top there. There we go. Although Dobby has been messing around within all the books anyway. So if you've got one that, just check you've got all your pages. Poor Jill's just had one and it's got all the same pages in. I don't know how that's happened. Dobby whipping his wand out again, isn't it? So honestly, if there's ever a problem with your order, just message me and we'll get it sorted. So anyway, not to worry. Okay, so I'm just again like adding these sort of little faux stitches, and then along we go. Okay, so whilst I'm sort of zoomed in a bit, I'm going to just sort of round those corners, you see, and make a bit of a bubble in the middle there. I'm just going to come in and fill that. There we go. Okay, so let's just work our way out again. And this time I'm going to do something that I'm going to say but a little bit bigger. So let's have one here. So I'm going to start with shape for the centre. All right. And then just as before, I'm going to extend that one out, turn it round, extend, turn it round, extend, turn it round, and extend. Okay. Short, are you sure? Hi, Fee. Oh, Nadia, don't worry about it. If we say hello, we all know that you mean all of us, so it's fine. Okay, I've got this shape then. I'm going to extend up and a little bit further past, you see? Same again. Up and a little bit further past. And again. Up and a little bit further past. And again. Up and a little bit further past. Okay, so then doesn't matter where we start from, I'm going to go from point downwards, so it's sort of making a little triangular shape. There we go. And the same here, from this one to this one. Well, John's brought Dobby up by the scruff of his neck. He's causing trouble over here, John.
I believe it.
Okay, he's sitting next to John now. He's got to behave himself. Don't think for long, though. You know what he's like. Okay. So again, I'm just going to bring that along and down here. Okay, and then along the edge, so I'm working on that outer shape. Dobby's now fighting with John and his mouse, his computer mouse. Will you keep him under control?
Slap. See you later.
So they're not leaving me with him. No. There we go. John is going to post all your tile swaps.
Taking the tile swaps.
Yeah, I've just said to everybody you're taking the tile swaps. So that'd be great. Have them soon. Oh no, Sally. You know, we really make a big effort to get them all out in time. You know, within a few days. Is it not, Richard? I don't know why. I had a little bit of a glitch on mine about a minute ago. but it's been fine since. Oh well, hopefully if it glitches, it's not going to glitch on the repeat. There we go, we've got a couple there now. Let's do another. So see, they're very similar, aren't they? So let's do one this way. They don't have to be, they don't have to match. It's not sort of a symmetrical design or anything like that. Okay, Jane, look at you. If anybody doesn't know Jane, she normally calls me while I'm doing a live. I'll dob you in, Jane. I think sometimes we still do forget what day it is, don't we? So, okay. I know. So up and extend. Turn the tile. Up and extend. Turn the tile. Up and extend. Turn the tile. Up. Oh, we can't extend because, well, we can, but we're pretending it's going to go underneath, so that's fine. And we'll work that out when we get to it. So I'm going to join this one to this. Joe, no, I'm not on this month now. They have just given me a date for November, but I don't think I'm going to be in the country. So that's not going to happen. But it's going to be after the 17th of November. So I don't know, I left it in their hands. Because, of course, we've got to get this diary sorted, haven't we? It's the next thing to be coming. Of course, I'm hoping to bring some pens and sorts of things ready for Christmas. And then I've got, see, December's the anniversary or birthday month, isn't it, as well? So there's a few bits and pieces I'm planning for that. Oh, Chris, I know. I thought it was Friday yesterday, honestly, because Lesley's not in with us today. She's away for the weekend, so it's a tricky one. I think because she was running around making sure everything was in order yesterday, we just felt like Friday yesterday. That's okay. All right. So just sort of added those little sort of stitch lines, and I'm going to come on in and just create that bubble in the middle and fill in those little sections. There we go. Okay. So, okay, let's have a look. I'm going to come in with my pencil for a minute, and I'm just going to put a bit of a line in here, just a guide. Just want it to sort of meander. Going to go from here, look, in there. It's going to go underneath, and then sort of come back out here, I think. There we are. And then I'm going to do the same. So it's going to start slightly wider. It's going to come in. So you're going to get a bit there. And a bit round there. Okay. It can be wherever you want it to be. Don't worry about it. Depends what was going on your tile. So I'm going to fill that space there with a bubble. There we go. And then I'm going to do another, but you see how it's sort of going underneath that one there? And same on this one. And I'm going to just follow that shape down, just filling in that sort of space. So they overlap, well, underlap. There you are. So getting smaller and smaller. So here I'm really small, really small. Look at that, that's nice, isn't it? So, okay, let's carry this on then. We've got a little bit of a space there. You're not going to get much more out of that, but following it round, just so we can get a bit of a shape going on. And again, it's getting smaller and smaller. And then I'm just going to follow it through. See, it's going to get a little bit larger now. So the choice is I can sort of leave it here, or I can, let's do another one. So you can have another, so it's sort of going off the tile slightly. There we go. Okay, like that. All right, I think we should do another one of those. I'm going to do one. Let's have a look. Let's bring it from here, underneath there, look, and around there. So let's do another. See, it's wider, and then underneath, and then wider. Okay. So I'm going to start here. And again, I'm going to fill that shape. There we go. And then in and around. Just going underneath each one. There we go. Just as we are going. Okay. And then here, look, I'm going to get just a little one sneaking in there. I might just have a little bit of one there, just so you can tell it's going underneath. Just sort of no rush. Just filling it in as you go. See, I think here you can carry it on, but I think what I'm going to do is just going to take them a bit smaller. So I'm following that line still, but I'm just going to get smaller and smaller. There we go. Oh, Lynn, yes, I'll add them on to the shop. And yes, sorry, I was thinking, what? I have changed one of the colours. It's only very, very slightly, but the colour I've changed it for is Divine. You've still got the rust and the dark browns. It's just one of the lighter ones. I've just sort of altered the shade slightly, but it's beautiful. So here we go. I'm going to come in now. I'm going to create another one of these lines. Let's go underneath there. All right. And again, I'm just going to sort of change the slight length of it. I'm going to go off the tile there, I think. Okay. It could, Elizabeth, yes. And as well, you could just draw one of these on a tile, and then you could tangle within it as well. So there's a lot of scope for this one. It's a really nice one to do. So we'll see how you get on with it. Okay, I'm just going to put some zigzags now. See, that's going to go up there. See, I just keep the pen going, just so we get a sense that, like, see here, it's going underneath. It's coming out at the right place. Okay, I think actually I'm going to draw that line in now. Now I'm happy with it. There we are. Same down here, and again, so I'm get off the tile with that one. There we go. Okay. So let's go in a little bit more. So I'm going to choose one of the triangles. I'm going to go with this one, and I'm just going to fill it with lines going the same direction. So you see I gave that one, and I'm just sort of repeating it, or just a little or all the way down. And same with this one. So those of you that like your lines and things like that, this is quite a nice tangle to do. So this one is still going to sort of work in here, look. There we go. And of course you don't have to stick with a black. You can use any colour for these you like. You can mix and match it if you want to. There we are. See, just sort of following it through there. And then I'm going to turn the tile slightly, and I'm going to then do the same sort of thing, but from a slightly different angle, you see? So that one will go with that one. There it is. So let's have a look at these. So you see where that one went that way? This time I'm going to go that way. So I'm just going to work my way around that way. And same on this one. There we go. Same on here. Again, on that little one, just peeking out there. And that one there. Okay. Just going to come on in and add a couple of little There's little sort of half circles there, little half bubbles, just all along the edge there. And there we go. I'm going to do the same on the other side, just so we get something sort of design going on. Doesn't matter if they're different sizes, it's fine. Okay, let's have a look at this. So let's do another. I'm gonna go again this time. I think now I'm sort of comfortable with what I'm doing. I'm just gonna draw it straight in with pen. See, it's going all underneath and behind anyway, so something different going on there. And again, putting that triangular shape in. Let's have that one so it's coming out from there. It's nice to have an unfinished one coming out because it makes it feel more like it's going underneath. And just as before, just going to add those little lines just along the way there. And then here we go, just bringing those in. And those. And then of course just that last one there, following that design through. I'm going to go backwards that way. Gives me a better finish there. And then along with this one. Okay. Seems like Julie's been baking again. It'd have to be gluten-free though, Julie. Oh, Glenys, that sounds like fun. I can't wait for Craftopia, actually. Just be nice to be in front of people again, you know, and everybody tangling together. It's nice, isn't it, when we're all in a room together and doing that kind of thing. Okay, it's going to have, again, depends on whether you want to add a line or not. Just going to give me a little bit of an idea because I'm going to come in with a few bubbles, you see. Slightly different sizes, I think. So speaking of teaching and being in front of people again, then I have actually put a couple of classes on my shop, if anybody's up for it. I've got a few more in mind, a few more planned, but I haven't put the dates down yet, so I want to get round to that this weekend if I can, so there'll be a few on there. There we go. See, if you've got space in between here, just sort of come on in and add some little dots. See, just, you don't have to do it in every single one, but just add a few dots. And I think I'm just going to do, oh yeah, because I'll put the bubbles in first. You see, you can do it this way if you like, but sometimes it's sort of a bit better to, I think I'm going to go along here, I think. It's a bit easy to draw yourself a guideline and put the bubbles in first and then add your little designs to it. There we go. Alright, a few little dots, I think. There we go. Alright, ready for the next one? So I'm going to sort of start, I want to sort of look, there you go, I've got a bit of a space or a gap here. So I'm going to just sort of work in along here. There we go. Oh, yeah, I am going to book some Zoom classes as well. I'm going to just fit them in and around. Make sure they're okay, but I will be. And yeah, the closest hotel is the Lakeside, the Premier Inn, the Lakeside, Scunthorpe. Now just be careful of that because the one in Doncaster is called the Lakeside as well, and that's a little bit further away. So just make sure it's Scunthorpe. Okay, that hotel is literally, I don't know, 5-6 minutes away from where we are. So okay, so what am I doing here? I've got a couple of little lines, and then I'm just going to put a line across the top and extend that down and fill in. So I've got a bit of a triangle on either side, okay? And then I'm just going to add, it's basically an aura, but we've gone a little bit wider at the top. I'm just drawing around that sort of triangular shape I've created there. See? All right, if I've got space I can put any more of those. Let's bring one out here, look. It's sort of giving me a little bit more density in the middle of the tile. There we go. And along and along. Okay, so here we go. Just then adding that little aura. See how they're a little bit elongated there? I'm not going to put one in there. I'm going to put one over here. So I don't want it to look like I'm putting them in every single space. It's slightly more random. I know we don't like that word, but there it is. There we are. See another one coming off. And along we go. Okay. I am booked in to do a Zoom class on the 7th of November with a company called Tangle You. I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook, or if you go on their website, you'll see it on there. It's an American company, so it's in dollars. But I'll be doing the To the Moon and Back. So it's a 2-hour class, if anybody's up for that. And again, I'll put a few in here, look. So don't be afraid to think, oh, what's going behind, I don't know. If you need to, you can draw it in pencil first, and that means you can go over everything you've got in front of you. So you don't need to worry about whether it's right or not, and then of course you can add pen in where you need to and just rub out the pencil. So I'm going to have this one sort of going back on in there. There we go. Let's do it's just a few around here, I think, just to sort of balance it out. There we go. See, so it's just sort of sitting in the background there. Now let's add another. See, it's slightly more elongated there, and then getting narrower as we come down. I'm going to have another one coming off the same here. There we go. So just sort of sitting behind there, so you don't see much of it, but it's there. We know it's there. Have another one. There we go. And along and again. Okay, let's have a look at this. Let's see where we're working on. All right, not bad. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in another tile just for a minute, because I want to just put a bit of a border on. So I'm just going to line it up. Now, again, you can do a border by hand if you want, just freehand. It doesn't matter. But I want to sort of give it a little bit of an eye. Of course, if you've got John's ruler, you can come in and do that. But I know that my John's ruler is in my box downstairs. So. Because I don't have Lesley out today to fetch it in. I'm not trusting Dobby to go in my box. He looked all keen then. And I was like, no. Okay. I must admit, he has come to sit next to me, so I don't know what he's playing at. He's eyeing up those inks. No, Dobby. There we go. All right, so I've got a bit of a border there, you see? All right. So at this point, I am going to come in with some inks, but I just think before I do that, if there's any pencil lines that you sort of think you need to get rid of, then it now might be a good time, because of course once you put the ink on, it's very difficult to lose it. So just see where I've sort of gone over and added a little bit in there. Just on when I did those little guides. Just want to sort of remove that, okay? So far so good. All right then, here we go. So if I just bring over my little mat, just for a minute. Yeah, don't want to sort of ink over my my regular board, of course. It's very precious to me. All right, here we go then. Give it Dobby. No. Oh, just a second. Go away. Oh, you wait till Lesley comes back. So what have I got? I've got a Distress Oxide here. There you go. Look, fossilised amber. I'm going to put a bit of that on. So, not going to worry too much about... oh, you see there? Look, I missed a bit. You see how it affects the ink? It's okay. And again, never worry about it making marks or anything like that. It's, what this is going to do is it's just going to knock back the black a little bit. And let's go heavy in that corner. A bit there. I'm not going to cover the whole thing in yellow. Just bear with me. You can see what I'm doing. See, just done a bit. I want to leave this bit, if I can, with no colour. So then I'm just going to bring in a bit of green again. I've got cracked pistachio. So let's have a little bit of that. It might be a bit of different colour because I've got different colour on my pad, but not to worry. There we go. All right. You see, it's sort of knocked that black back a bit, and that's what I was sort of aiming for today, because I want to then bring back certain sections. There you are. Just a little bit over there. Let's have a look at that. Okay, kind of like that. Let's have a little bit of green there too. Okay, so it's a little bit random around the edges, that's okay. And then I'm going to bring in that black. Now this is just it's a distress ink, but it doesn't matter. Whatever water-based, and I know black's a bit scary. So what I'm going to do is just start nice and gently, see? On the end, keeping it flat and just working my way around. I'm not trying to cover the whole of that colour that I've put on there. I'm just almost giving it a bit of a frame. There you go, let's go a little bit heavier in there, you see? Turn it round a little bit there. Okay, so you can see it's got quite a lot of black in there, that's fine. And I'm just going to sort of touch the edge. There we go, let's go even a bit blacker there. All right, well, I like that. Yeah, a bit more in there. So I want a little bit of light and dark and things like that going on, so. Okay. All right, there we go. So that's sort of my inking done. See, it's not hard to do, is it, that? You don't have to worry about doing anything like that. It's fine. And, of course, if it's a little bit patchy, you could always come in and add a little bit of water and spray it a bit. And that will change it up a little bit more as well. So, okay. I'm coming in now with my pencil. And I'm going to start sort of with the background sections here. And these little shapes. So, see where I've got my triangles? I'm just going to add a little bit to the sides. Now this is not going to be sort of as heavy as you would think now, because of course it's going over the ink. And then I'm going to go that way with those. Okay, let's do the same with these here. See, that way with that one. And then that way with those. So let's do the same with all of those triangles now. There you go. See the north. See how sort of faded or hidden away that's gone now. That's what we were after. Of course, this is completely different than inking it first or inking it all afterwards. It's just a different way of doing it. Okay. Alright, now do you use whatever inks you've got, honestly, and after all, it's a tile, you know, it's one of those things, isn't it? If you're not sure, practice on a blank first and see how you feel with it. You see here, I'm just adding in that sort of little sort of smirk at the corner there. Just working my way down. Okay, and then the same on this one. Same here. Of course, any more bubbles will have the same sort of treatment. I'm going to do them in different directions, you see. These ones, if you've got the larger bubbles, it's fine, but if you're sort of They're quite small, leave them. Don't worry about them. Alright, see here, look, I've got a bit of... Yeah, and then these I'm going to just put a little bit either side. See, some there, just sort of down that edge. Same with that. Of course, these look quite faded in the distance, but they're still going to have some shadow on them. There we are. And same with these. Okay. And there. See, a little bit more. See, it's a bit more noticeable there because there's not much ink there. Okay, so coming to these then, I'm going to add some in this bit here. And sort of just a little bit over there. Down that line. Turn my tile, same again. A little bit there. Bit there. Down there. Turn it again. A little bit there. And there. And down there. And again. There. See, I'm definitely underneath there this time, look, because it's underneath one. And along there. I'm also going to put some of it quite heavy, look, one side and another, but only on two sides. Okay? Oh, Chris. Honestly, if you just do a little bit, it'll make a huge difference, I promise. I'm not saying put a lot on, but just a little bit, it really does make a difference. Even if it's just, you know, tiny bits, and just build it. Okay. Of course, down there. Just little bits either side, and then down there. Again, little bits, quite a lot of shading on this, isn't there? I mean, there's nothing stopping you from actually using your tortillon as you go, but I quite like doing it, you know, so it builds. You don't really know what the final thing's going to look like until you've sort of done all the shading. It's like watching the magic, isn't it, how it appears. And a little bit there, see. And of course I'm going to pick two sides. See, I didn't really think too much about that. And then again, I think I'm going to do that one though, that side, because it's over the top and there. Okay. Oh, Jackie, honestly, just do it lightly and build it up. Don't be worried about adding that shadow, you know? Okay. So if I just now add a little bit, you see, I'm just going to soften it ever so gently. And same there. I want to try and leave a little bit in the middle if I can. See there, I'm just going to fill that in. And then, of course, that little bit down the side. I'm just going to soften that edge a touch. So let's do the same here. Sort of here. You see, I'm always just working my day down. Nothing too hard, no, not serious pressure. But, you know, you just want to allow it to do its job. There we go. Okay. Of course, on there. So now, of course, you can turn your tile as you go, so don't think it's got to stay put for this. You turn it as how, you know, how do you want it to be comfortable. Now, why don't you then just use one colour and then a little bit of black around the edge? You could do that. Okay. See, I'm just going to, while I'm here, I'm just going to soften these edges. I'm not going to overdo it because, of course, they're sort of now in the background. Although we want just a little bit of shadow. You know, like here, they need a little bit of softening. Okay. Not a massive amount though. There we go. You're always trying to leave a little bit of the original sort of tile there, if you can. Like also, it'll feel a little bit different. So it sort of gives you a different, you know, feel as you're going when you inked it, and then you're shading over the top. But, you know, just enjoy the process. It's something a little bit different. And it might be something you think, never I'm going to do that again. Or it might be something you think, do you know what, I quite like that idea. It's, you know, everybody's got their own choice. Well, I've had quite a lot of ways to colour tiles in your book 6. So you've got plenty of things to have a look at there and see what you like. You know, sometimes it's nice, isn't it, for somebody to show you a different way, because then you think, well, okay, I'm going to do it, and it might sort of open up new avenues for you and give you ways that you never thought you might do, you know. Oh, they're never wasted, Jackie, never wasted. Even if you've inked it and you've put too much ink on, then you could always go over it with a white pen. There's always something you can do. You see, I'm just sort of doing the background pieces as I'm going, just to keep them in there, okay? You've got to look at it that if you don't try it, then what are you wasting? You know, what you're losing. It's a potential of something new and exciting that you could add to your collection. So go on, be brave, give it a go. Of course, you're using water-based inks. If you really don't like it, you could spritz it seriously with water and dab it out, and you'll just be left with a really pale background. So you honestly, you don't have anything to lose. You don't. Okay, see, I'm just sort of softening up these little areas, and then around here. See, just on those edges. Same with this. Okay. You see, that's quite dark, so you're not going to get anything see up this end. That's fine. So let's have a look at it where we're at now then. Okay, so we've got a little bit of shadow on there, a little bit going on. So let's bring in our black pen. Okay. Go on, Chris, do it, dare you. So, okay, let's go in a little bit now so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to reinforce the black around the outside of that bubble. So I'm basically redrawing in that square or rectangle shape, depending on what you've drawn. And then I'm just going to add that line, you know, the one we extended. So it's sort of where that one's going underneath that one, you see? Okay, and then see this one that comes down here where we put the shadow. I'm going to come back in and I'm going to draw in that line. Okay, now take your time with this, there's no rush. I'm just following what went before. Okay. And then, of course, we did 2 lines of shadow, so I'm going to come back in and I'm going to go back over that line and back over that line. So because we've taken back a lot of the drawing with the ink, we're now just picking out the bits that we want to sort of show up a little bit more. So see here, look, I'm just doing that first shape, so that little square. And that bit that goes, see, underneath there, I'm just going to reinforce that black colouring that we did. There we are. And then either side of this one, because that's where we put shadows, if you remember. And then this one. And this one. Okay, now I'm going to identify which two lines that I did with shadow. So you have to shadow on this side and shadow on this side. So I'm just going to draw in that line and that line. Okay, so let's do that for the last time with this one. So it was there. So I'm extending that sort of first little shape we did. And then just filling in again the black areas in the corners. And then joining or drawing the line again from the sort of angled shape. There we go. And the next one. And then of course looking at the two areas or the two sides that I added shadow on, you see there and there. So I'm just going to come on in, just draw it there and draw it there. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, you see the difference that that's made. I think I'm just going to add a little bit more shadow here. I'm just going to go in a little bit heavier. See where I put the pen? And a little bit more here. And then the same with this one. And this one. And then looking where I did it here, that one. And that one. Okay, now I'm not going to sort of blend it out too much, but I'm just going to sort of soften the line a little bit. Okay, and then of course let's just go in with the border. Now I'm going to have my border on the outside of the line, so I'm just going to add some pencil around the outer edge. Okay, now I'm not going to reinforce this with a black pen because of course it's quite a way behind in the background, but it still sort of needs a little bit of shadow. So here we go, just sort of again softening it off. Along here. There you go, see. That little bit of see, that black ink now has made some of the areas of this tile really bright, and it's only because I've still got the original tile colour underneath there. Because I've gone darker with that sort of black colour, it's making that look lighter. So last sort of thing really now is I can come in with my white pencil. This is a chalk based pencil. It's very sort of soft, and see how it sort of comes off. So it's, you know, be gentle with them. And here we go. I'm just going to add a little bit of a highlight to sort of the opposite side of where I put the dark. Let's go a bit bigger so you can see it. See there, because my tile underneath was already white, it's not going to be as clear. So let's just put a little bit in those centre pieces there. See, just sort of like a zigzag shape. Okay, just sort of reinforces the fact that I wanted a highlight there. Okay, you see it a little bit better on that one, look. But you know, even if you've used a white tile like I have, still do it, because it's just going to, you know, redefine a little bit and make sure that the highlight's there. Okay, and of course on some of these little bubbles we can just add a little bit of highlight just to give them a bit of dimension, see, a bit of 3D. Sort of work on the opposite side to where you put the shade in originally. And I'm not really pressing on and giving it a real blob, so that's why I'm not using a gel pen, because I don't want it to be as bright as that. I just want a little bit of a highlight there, just a little bit of brightness. Of course, we could do a little bit on those two, just to sort of redefine. But again, I'm not pressing on, I'm just sort of gently adding a little bit of a highlight. Because remember, it's in the background, although you've still got a bit of light hitting them. Okay. There we are. Okay. Oh, I like that. So you can see it's got some real drama here with that sort of light coming off. But because we've gone in with a black ink, it's sort of dulled down some of the areas. So that's not so much of a problem there, which, you know, it means that that's what we wanted because it's gone backwards a bit. But then we can pick out the areas that we want. So it's nice to sort of bring it in, isn't it, and have a play with that. So there we go. So there's my initials. And I have done one of these in a different colour, so just so you can see it. So this one, you can't see much of the green anymore, but that's okay, I don't mind that. And this is one that I did, but I used pink and purple. But again, the pink seems to have dominated it, doesn't it? Completely different, but same in one sense. So imagine, actually, look how they sort of come and match together. Maybe you could extend it a little, or I don't know, maybe, let's have a look, see, that one could join there. You see how that joins? It's kind of nice, isn't it? So things, you know, lots of scope for this. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that one. And I know it's a bit scary, sort of inking in the middle, because you think, oh, I don't know if I want to ruin it after all that time. But give it a go and just see how you feel with it. And honestly, it'll be worth it. Just, you know, just let go a little bit and see how far you get. So, okay, if you, you know, you feel like it, post it. Let's see what you're doing. Tile swaps are coming out today. John's actually gone to post them last half an hour, so they should be on their way soon anyway. And, of course, have a look at the website. There's some classes. I'm going to be adding more. I will put on the earth tiles, and I think I need to put on the feather for Sally as well, don't I? So I'll get a few a few bits and pieces on the website over the weekend as well. So have a good one, everybody, and you take care, and I will speak to you again next week. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.